Hey folks, here are the rest of my comments on the quiz. The other really troublesome question was the question on the relationship between factual relativism and ethical relativism. And a lot of what went wrong is that people didn't know how to define factual relativism. So factual relativism is the view that, in fact, different people have different beliefs. So some people think that it's good to put aging parents in a nursing home where they can receive professional care. Others think it's good to keep aging parents in the home with the family. Notice that two people can disagree about matters like this one, and that doesn't mean that there's no fact of the matter at all, right? Someone can do a calculus problem wrong and then argue that they did the calculus problem correctly until suddenly they see their mistake, right? So disagreement in and of itself is something that we do all the time. But just because we disagree, that has nothing to do with whether or not there is a right answer, whether or not one of the offered answers is true. It just means that we're disagreeing. There might be ways to solve disagreement. This is something that we're more used to in the physical sciences and less used to in ethics. So, right, if someone disagrees about whether or not there's a black hole in the center of the universe, well, we go out and we do tests, we make observations, right? One person says yes, one person says no, we define our terms, we go and do tests, and we come to a decision. That's what's great about the scientific method, is that it does help us agree on the world that we encounter. So what about a choice like a choice for aging parents, which is not about the physical world, but about ethical concerns, right? Is there a better choice for aging parents? Well, you know what? Maybe we can measure it. Maybe ethics is something to run away from screaming, it's all relative, it's all up to your perceptions. Maybe not, right? Maybe we can go and find out about the well-being and health of the aging parents and about their happiness, and then bring into play, right, considerations about the happiness of the family and the quality of life of the family. Maybe there are right answers for how to cope with aging parents, and that we can sit down and rationally decide what those answers are. So that gives us hope, right, that maybe through rational methods we can come to understand ethics. All right, so again, right, especially people who are schooled in the physical sciences, in engineering or nursing or mathematics, physics, chemistry, you're so used to the empirical method, you look at ethical questions and you go, I don't know how to establish an answer to that, right? And you know what? Most of us will agree we're not sure how to establish an answer to that. But just as science has progressed, right, we couldn't answer questions 100 years ago that we can answer now. We can manipulate genes now. We didn't know what they were 100 years ago. We couldn't explain heredity. We couldn't explain lots of diseases. Now we can. So the analogy is, in philosophy, we think we're onto a good method, which is rationally reflecting and discussing these quandaries, these moral issues. And the more we exchange views and talk with one another, the more we rationally think things through and are aware of different people's theories and concepts about how to make decisions ethically, maybe we will come to a really solid agreement about right and wrong action and good and evil in the world. So I just want to offer that out, that we shouldn't just dive into relativism. Maybe philosophy gives us that method, and maybe it's just something that we have to work on every day so that it becomes as polished as the scientific method. Okay, folks, on to the next.